You're tuned in to Red Hunt, and the moment you think it's over, it's not. I am 19 years old and have a twin sister who is also 19 years old. We have been close for a very long time and have spent our entire lives together. In October, she informed me that she and her boyfriend were having a baby together. I was incredibly happy for her, and both of our parents have been very supportive. She has been feeling unwell during the pregnancy, but it has been nothing out of the ordinary. It is important to mention that both my sister and I have autism. She struggles more socially, while I struggle more with sensory issues such as loud noises, certain textures, and bright lights. We have always connected because of our shared experiences and felt that we understood each other when nobody else did. This is why I was shocked when we started arguing. My sister told me that she wanted me to be in the delivery room with her while she gave birth. I was honored by her request, but I explained that I did not think I would be able to handle it. Hospitals can be very loud, and I knew there would be a lot of screaming during the delivery. I realized that if I were there, I would likely have a meltdown, which would make the experience more stressful than it needed to be. I told her that I would be happy to wait to see her after the baby was born. She said that was fine, but I could tell she was not truly okay with it. I kept asking her how she really felt, and she expressed that she was hurt that I would not be in the room with her and that I was being selfish by not attending. This upset me because I thought she would be more understanding given our connection. I explained that just because she can handle the hospital environment does not mean I can as well, and I believed that the moment would probably be better with just her and her boyfriend. She then tried to convince me by saying my presence would be helpful and suggested that I bring noise-canceling headphones. I knew that would not be enough, as it is not just the noise but the entire environment, the overall atmosphere, and the unpredictability that would be overwhelming for me. Our parents have encouraged me to be more understanding of my sister, emphasizing that she is going to be a first-time mother and that I am her biggest support. However, I believe that if I attend, I would ruin both her and her boyfriend's first experience of childbirth. Shaking my head, there are no jerks here, OP. I mean, it sounds like she's feeling a certain way but didn't want to pressure you, which makes sense, honestly. She probably values your support but is also trying to respect your boundaries too. It might help to let her know you understand her feelings and see if there's another way you can support her. Maybe you can help out with visitors or just give her some space after the baby arrives. It's a big deal, you know, realizing how important this is for her while also taking care of your own needs. Remember, you're not wrong for prioritizing your comfort. She has her boyfriend for support, so you shouldn't feel obligated to be in the delivery room. Ultimately, it's about finding that balance. Respect goes both ways here. Am I the jerk for saying something to my fiancé? I want to start off by saying my fiancé is an amazing man. I am truly happy that he cares about the people in his life. However, recently there have been some things going on that have left me feeling uneasy. A few weeks ago, it was my birthday, and he kindly got me a couple of gifts. He gave me some Tupperware containers and a package of makeup wipes. I worked on my birthday and felt quite tired afterward, so I did not ask to do anything special. The following weekend, my fiancé, who I have been with for 3 years, asked to take me out to dinner to celebrate my birthday. I was excited to celebrate with him and spend some quality time together. However, I did not want him to feel obligated to take me out for my birthday. I told him that I would be more than happy to go on a hike or cook a meal at home. He insisted that he really wanted to treat me because he believes I deserve it. He chose the restaurant and we had a good time. When the bill came, he asked me to put it on my card, saying he would send me the money afterward. I did not think twice and handed over my card, leaving a cash tip. He looked at the bill and commented that it was not too bad. The next day, he sent me a little over half of the total amount, excluding the tip. I do not expect him to buy me things, take me out, or treat me. I work full-time and have 2 part-time jobs. I take care of myself, and if I want something, I buy it. Perhaps I am overreacting, but it just did not sit well with me that he asked me to pay and only reimbursed me for a portion of the bill. If he did not want to pay for the entire dinner, I would have been happy to split the check or make a meal at home, as I originally offered. I tried to put it out of my mind until last night. He informed me that he is taking a vacation with his parents to celebrate his father's birthday. I want him to enjoy time with his family, but he mentioned that he is paying for the entire trip, including accommodations and activities with his father and brother. His brother's birthday is coming up, and I observed him putting together some very thoughtful gifts for him. I think it is kind of him, and I am glad he wants to make it special for his brother. He also mentioned that he is treating his brother to a special birthday trip in a couple of weeks. Again, that is wonderful, and I want him to have enjoyable experiences with his family. I may be overreacting, but it does not sit well with me that he was unwilling to cover dinner, even though he offered multiple times, especially when I suggested other options. I have not said anything yet because I do not want to come across as ungrateful. Am I the antagonist? It sounds like there are some red flags with this guy. I mean, if he's taking you out to dinner, he should be paying, not splitting it. Seriously, who gets their fiancé Tupperware and makeup wipes? That's just not normal. And honestly, it's worth asking him what he's doing for his dad and brother's birthdays, too. If he's treating you differently, that really says a lot. You shouldn't have pulled out your card, just say you didn't bring any money since he was supposed to treat you. Look at how he treats you compared to his family. If he can't prioritize you, maybe it's time to reconsider if he's really amazing. So yeah, pump the brakes and think about whether you're okay with how he acts. Am I the jerk for telling my family member that another family member is selfish for refusing to visit our hometown? There are some additional details I would like to include. My sister and I are both 14 years old and we are twins. My sister is receiving help through counseling and medication. My sister Laura and I, along with our parents, used to live outside of Denver. This is where my father Laura and I grew up. We have recently moved to San Francisco for my father's job and to provide a fresh start for Laura. In Colorado, Laura faced severe bullying and struggled with depression and anxiety. Our family has done its best to support her through these challenges. Ultimately, our parents decided that a fresh start would be beneficial, but Laura was very opposed to this idea. She became quite angry at our parents for the decision to move us, which led to numerous arguments and tears leading up to the relocation. This created a negative atmosphere in our home in Colorado. For the past 6 months, living in San Francisco has been difficult because Laura has expressed anger about the move. She has experienced bouts of depression, which have been challenging for our family. Her refusal to find enjoyment in anything has been frustrating and exhausting, leading to a subdued mood in our household. For context, over the last 3 years, even before the move, my family has walked on eggshells around Laura to avoid upsetting her. This dynamic has led to Laura often getting her way, while I have felt sidelined. My parents have acknowledged this imbalance but have not made changes. I understand that Laura is facing significant challenges, and I strive to be a supportive sister. However, it can be disheartening when I share my own struggles and my mother responds with, "But at least you do not have her life." While I recognize the validity of this statement, it often feels dismissive. Recently, things have improved as Laura has begun to adjust to life in San Francisco. My father suggested that we visit our paternal grandparents in Colorado, which I was excited about. However, when he mentioned this to Laura, she immediately rejected the idea. This frustrated me because she has consistently expressed her dislike for San Francisco, yet she does not want to visit Colorado either. This seems contradictory to me, and it feels like she is being prioritized once again. My father tried to explain that he did not want to bring up painful memories or make her do things she is not ready for. I understand his perspective, but I sometimes feel like our lives revolve around Laura's needs, which leaves me feeling overlooked. I discussed my feelings with some friends who agreed that this situation is unfair. However, they have never lived with someone dealing with depression and do not fully grasp how desperately we sometimes try to avoid conflict, leading to our own voices being silenced. For a long time, I have prioritized Laura's happiness, recognizing her struggles, but I am conflicted because I also want to put myself first at times. Am I in the wrong for not sympathizing with her and expressing my own frustrations instead of just going along with everything? Geez, that's crazy. I mean, it sounds like you're really stuck dealing with your family. It's just so annoying that your sister gets to call all the shots, especially since she's been so negative about everything. Your folks really need to step back and see how this is affecting you, you know. It's not fair for them to prioritize her feelings over yours. Honestly, coddling her isn't helping anyone. She really needs some real support, like counseling, instead of just getting her way all the time. You deserve to be heard too. It might help to sit down with your folks and share how you feel about this whole mess. Also, knowing a bit more about your ages and what your dad is worried about could really shed some light on their decisions. Am I the jerk for telling my parent they're acting insane for blaming me? I am 18 years old and have always had a complicated relationship with my mother. She was busy during most of my early childhood, so my grandmother took care of me until recently. Now I live with my mother, who's somewhat retired. I received a scholarship from an organization, and they invited us to a mandatory lunch event. I took my mother as my guest. The event went well. We carpooled with my friend and her mother. During the event, I made sure to manage my mother's food, as she is allergic to certain items. After the event, while I was taking photos with my principal and my counselors, I handed my purse and jacket to my mother. She carried them for a while. Before we left, she went to the restroom without informing me. We took some pictures and then departed. 5 miles into our journey, my mother realized her phone was missing. I checked the location and saw it was still at the venue. My friend's mother was understanding and drove us back without complaint. I did not blame anyone, but my mother began to say it was my fault. I was shocked and responded that it could not be my fault. After we retrieved the phone, which was perfectly fine and still in the restroom, my mother told my friend that it was my fault she left her phone because I had given her too many things to hold and that she never makes such mistakes. My friend nervously laughed at the situation. My mother brought up the blame a couple more times after we returned home, but I chose not to engage. A few days later, during a different argument, she accused me of being ignorant and egotistic for not admitting it was my fault that she left her phone. She expressed that I no longer cared about her. This conversation was overwhelming and led to other family issues. Today, 3 to 4 days later, I overheard my mother telling my sister how upset she is with me and how she cannot forgive me for leaving her phone behind. She believes I should be taking care of her all the time and claims that I have become ignorant. My mother is in her early 50s, which I do not consider old. She is an independent woman who has worked her entire life and is capable of doing things for herself. I handle all the legal matters, including rent, insurance, utility bills, and even calling rides for her when she needs them. I genuinely want to know if I am in the wrong for refusing to accept this blame. Yo, hear me out, you're not the jerk here. Honestly, your mom is just dodging responsibility for a simple mistake. I mean, she could have easily said, "My bad, thanks for the ride." It kind of feels like she wants you to take care of her, you know. Almost like you're her backup plan. Maybe it's time to step back and create some space. You're doing great with your scholarship, and it's awesome to see you so focused on your future. Keep pushing through, and hopefully you can move out soon. You totally deserve to live your own life without feeling tied down. So stay strong and keep your goals in sight. Am I the jerk for steamrolling our friends into a triple dorm room that they may not want? In planning for next semester, I, an 18-year-old female, my roommate, an 18-year-old female, and our friends Caitlin, an 18-year-old female, Carly, an 18-year-old female, and Reese, an 18-year-old female, decided to live in a suite next fall semester. Currently, Reese is a commuter and cannot sign up for a room next semester yet. She has been placed on a wait list, and our group needs to leave a spot open for her in our suite until she can sign up later this summer. We agreed to have a 6-person suite, which consists of 3 double rooms, meaning one of us would need to find another roommate. Reese found a new person to join us, as Ava and I expressed that we only wanted to room with each other. After discussing it, Caitlin and Carly agreed to room with each other. Reese found Yolanda, an 18-year-old female, as a new roommate. When signing up for suites, there were no 6-person suites available. Only 7, 8, or 9-person suites were left. While deciding, Carly, Ava, Reese, Yolanda, and I agreed on a 7-person suite with 2 double rooms and 1 triple room because other suites were already occupied. When picking the suite, Ava and I stated that we would not stay in the suite if we were placed in the triple room, as we knew it would not be a comfortable living situation for us. Carly initially agreed to this. In signing up for the suite, we placed Ava and me in 1 double room, Yolanda in another room by herself to save space for Reese, and Carly and Caitlin in the triple room with the extra spot. We chose this arrangement instead of placing Yolanda in the triple room to reduce the chances of 2 people joining the suite in the open spots before Reese could join. Carly mentioned that we would need to discuss her placement in the triple room further as a group and that it was tentative. After making this decision, Carly and Caitlin texted us privately, expressing that they believe it is unfair that we are exempting ourselves from the discussion about who should live in the triple room. They feel that because Reese is more passive about the situation and is willing to live anywhere, even if she does not prefer the triple room, we are putting her in a difficult position since she had to find another roommate. They suggested that we should choose randomly who should be placed in the triple room and that we should be open to the possibility of being selected to live in the triple room instead of opting to live elsewhere if assigned to it. So, are we in the wrong for saying that we will leave the suite if we are placed in the triple room? To summarize, we informed our friends that if we were placed in the triple room of a 7-person suite, we would leave the suite and find a double dorm room elsewhere. Our friends believe it is unfair to exclude ourselves from the conversation about who lives in the triple room after initially agreeing to our conditions for signing up for the suite. It sounds like there's a bit of a mess with the roommate situation. I mean, if some folks want to live together in doubles but others aren't sure, it might be better to either look for a suite that fits everyone or just get separate places. You can't really create the perfect setup out of thin air, you know. It's smart to gather the 5 people who are ready to sign up now and keep the door open for a 6th later on. Just be clear that both pairs wanting doubles should definitely get them, and the last pair can either find a 3rd or risk not filling their room. Oh, and don't forget, how you plan to divide the rooms in the paperwork is just to hold them and avoid conflicts. It's not fair to push your preferences on others, especially when it affects their comfort. In the end, think about what your friends really want too. Communication is key, so just keep it open and honest. Am I the jerk for telling my friend no about formal? I am a 21-year-old female, and I am about to graduate from college soon. As you may expect, it is stressful, from buying graduation attire to trying to finish this semester strong. Recently, my school announced some senior activities, including bar crawls, picnics, and the formal. My friend has been excited about the formal since she found out about it last semester, but I do not share the same excitement. I was always uncertain about attending, simply telling her I do not know maybe. I am not interested in going. At that time, she accepted my response, and the formal was not mentioned again until about a month ago. Since then, especially after our school confirmed the date, she has been trying to convince me to attend the formal with her. Initially, I told her I was unsure and would think about it, but I was leaning towards not attending. My feelings changed when she began to romanticize the event. Every time the formal was mentioned, she would say it is a one-time experience, that we may regret not attending, and that it seems fun. I explained to her repeatedly that I did not know because attending the formal requires payment for the other events, and I do not want to pay for 3 events that I cannot even attend due to work. She often sighs when I say no or that I am unsure about attending, stating she will not go if none of us are going. Our other 2 friends are not going either because they do not want to. It has become frustrating, but I have been dealing with it. Yesterday and today were particularly difficult for me because I felt she was trying to guilt trip me into going. She was crying on the phone about wanting to attend the event and how she would feel bad if I do not go, especially since we have been friends since elementary school. I understand her feelings, but I told her we can still make memories. Why is this one event the only way to create memories? This is not the end of the world. Finally, I reached a breaking point and told her I felt like she was trying to guilt trip me. I explained that if she does not go and regrets it, she may silently resent me because I am partially the reason she did not attend and she feels it will be awkward. I was unsure how to proceed, and she sent a few messages apologizing and stating that was not her intention. However, her wording felt strange because she kept repeating, "Let's move on," as if I was the one constantly bringing up the topic. I feel guilty for not saying yes or for not wanting to attend the formal, but I do not think it is something I will look back on. I will remember my college experience, but the formal. Not really. Am I the antagonist in this situation? Please let me know and thank you. Look, you're definitely not the jerk here. I mean, it's awesome that you care about your friends' feelings, but your feelings matter too. If you really don't want to go, that's totally okay. Your friend pushing you to attend. Yeah, that's a bit much, and she really needs to respect your boundaries. I get that she wants to make memories, but dragging friends along who aren't into it usually just ruins the vibe. Encourage her to step out of her comfort zone and go solo. There are always other people at events who might be alone too, and she could end up having a great time or even meeting new friends. Honestly, it's got to be better than just sitting at home feeling sorry for herself. Just break down your side and keep it real. She can find her own fun without you. Thanks for watching. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. To finish listening to all the stories, check out the playlist in the description.